Hello, this is my rough guide to Hungary. My name is James, and I'm just going to give you a little guide on uh, a favorite place of mine that I've been to in Europe and actually lived there quite a long time, a place called Hungary, which is in the eastern part of Europe, although Hungarians don't like it if you call it East Europe because it's actually Central Europe. So, first of all, how do we get there? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about is getting there. I'll also be talking to you about the language and the culture and what do you do, what to do when you get there. So there are three ways, or the three best ways I could think of you getting there. The first way is by air. If you go to London, there are many flights out of London which go to Budapest. And I think the best and the cheapest route is from London Stansted, and you can actually travel there probably for about £30 with their economy flight tickets, which they have to most capitals in Europe. Second way you can get there is if you fancy traveling for 24 hours by car. Um, it's quite reasonable if you go with a pool share. So if you go with a few other people in your car, it's a good way to travel. Then the way I prefer, because I don't like flying so much, I usually go by bus, and I've traveled several times there and back by bus. It is hell, but it's a very cheap way of traveling there. You probably pay about 20 to £50 depending on which time of the day you go or which time of the week. But it can take up to about 30 hours depending which part of England or Scotland or Ireland or Wales you're traveling from. Okay, so let's have a look at the language family. Now, the Hungarian language is a very complicated language and it's a unique language. There are only one other language that is similar to it, and that's the Finnish language, and it's not really that similar, but they are from the same language family, which is Finn-Ugric. Um, I do actually speak Hungarian, but it takes a long time to master it. The Hungarian people are very nice, friendly, warm people. They make you feel welcome. They love to introduce you to their food and they love to introduce you to their culture and they are very proud of their culture as well. Uh, they don't like using foreign words in their language such as hot dog, but there is no translation for hot dog except that if you did translate it, then it would literally mean a hot dog. The population of Hungary is about 10.1 million, so it's not much bigger than the population of London. The capital of the capital of Hungary is Budapest. Budapest has a population of about 1.2 million. Their main source of income from import and export is agriculture, and their industry is things such as car manufacturing, steel works, and things like that. Not very exciting, but that's a little bit about that. Okay, so what to do when you get there? Well, when you get there, first place you can visit is the capital, Budapest. Budapest is a beautiful city, Gothic architecture, um, very bohemian, and the center is very spread out, so there's a lot of things to do. If you took a week to look around Budapest, that probably wouldn't be enough. But if you took a weekend to look around the center of Budapest, I'm sure you would see a lot. There are many things you can see. Um, Sights you can see are things like the Parliament's a beautiful building, Chain Bridge. There are 12 bridges altogether in Budapest on the Danube. The Danube is very romantic. And there are other things like the Fisherman's Bastion and just generally walking around in the streets and looking at the beautiful architecture available to you. The food and drink there is amazing. Um, Hungarians, of course, have the famous Hungarian goulash, which is like our English or British stew, only a little bit spicier and made with paprika. and lots of meat, and also cooked in red wine. A famous type of goulash is bograch goulash, which is cooked in a kind of a metal kettle sort of dish over open fire, which is very nice. Um, they're famous for their wines, not so famous for the beer. So if you like beer, then you're going to struggle to find a good Hungarian beer, but you will find plenty of foreign beers. If you like wine, then you're going to find lots of very nice red wines, to the high standard of French wines or Italian or Spanish wines. They're on par with those wines. Hungary is a drinking nation, so they do like their tipple, Hungarians. But you can buy all the usual soft drinks. They have some local specialty soft drinks as well. As there's so many grapes, grape juice is a big winner over there. What to do for entertainment? Well, in Budapest every year for about 8 days, 6 to 8 days in the summer, there is a huge festival. It's called the Sziget Festival. Sziget means island in English, and there is an island in the middle of Danube, in the middle of Budapest, which becomes absolutely full of thousands upon thousands of visitors every year when this festival takes place, and you can see the likes of uh, Cranberries, Oasis, all big name bands there for 8 days non-stop. And the prices of the tickets are extremely cheap compared to other festivals in Europe. Um, Apart from that, there are many discos, pubs. There are a lot of outdoor sporting activities. Right next to Budapest, there is the Hungaroring, which is where they host the Hungarian Grand Prix every year. It's very popular as well. There's also European sports championships are held there, and many other things. Anything else about Hungary, then please comment, and I will try to reply as soon as possible on this webcast. Thank you very much for listening, and jó tot, which means enjoy your trip. This is James signing out.